Hey everybody, Xeno back here for some more Mega Man 3 Game Boy. Last time we took on the first 4 Robot Master stages, and this time we're going to be moving swiftly along to the little mid-stage. Pretty nice looking Wily Castle in color here. Let's see. Oh yeah, this one has Yoku blocks. I forgot. See how manageable this is. I forget if this is obnoxious or not. These platforms in this version kind of are. Okay, these blocks actually last a long time. That wasn't problematic. I remember it being worse than that. Oh yeah, the giant Susie fight. These guys are weak to Spark Shock. Takes them out pretty quickly. Interestingly enough, I feel like Spark Shock is slower in this version compared to the NES game. Not sure why. But yeah, it does feel a bit slower. And I believe that's it for the first mid-stage. Obnoxious audio bug? Okay, interesting. And it's actually swiftly right along to the next 4 stages without any real plot explanation or anything, so let's get right into it actually. Which is best to tackle first? I always forget. I think it's Drill. We're gonna do that. So, well, you know the drill. 4 more stages. Now we're dealing with Mega Man 4 content. Whoa. I don't think the energy refills in these stages, so we're going to try and conserve it as much as possible in case we need it later. Or actually, I could be wrong about that. It might refill. I guess we'll try using weapons and see if it does. I know this, it changes in every game whether you get weapon refills or not. Not a whole lot to say about this stage so far, although this is the point in the game when the obnoxious difficulty becomes a little bit more noteworthy. Not in this stage specifically, I don't think. We'll get to the worst offender in due time, but these stages are definitely a step up in difficulty, that's for sure. Still got some of the Mega Man 3 enemies mixed in here for variety. Whoa. All perfectly dodgeable, fairly manageable at this beginning part. Huh. Forced rush? Okay, no. There is some forced utility usage that is very questionable in this game. Again, this stage doesn't have the most notable example of it, but actually I don't think there is a forced utility usage in this stage specifically, but there is in a later stage. Oh, whoa. Oh, okay, I didn't realize you could jump to scroll the screen. Okay, that's really janky. I actually think I noticed that on my previous playthrough, but didn't really mentally make a note of it. Just 2 free E-tanks here. You will probably die given the nature of these platforms, but if you need them, you got them. I have 4 though, so we're not going to bother with that. A pit there that would require either damage boosting or very cautious coil usage if you don't have jet. That's another pretty bad design right there. Oh, yep, the rock tubes. I just did not perceive them at all. Okay, so only some of them have rocks. Interesting. Oh boy. Awesome. Okay, made it past that. The timing of the count bomb still definitely throws me off. Is this a pit? Yeah, see, this is very just strange. I don't really understand why this is built this way. There's not really anything interesting that comes of forcing the player to use coil to get up here. It just is there for almost no reason. Yeah. This screen is entirely skippable. Some very strange design decisions. These Met sprites are like squished horizontally by like 2 pixels, and it's very bizarre looking. And we get a jump big. Get out of my way. Pretty manageable stage. Funny squished jump big sprite as well. And then the Robot Masters are essentially the same. Drillman here isn't anything noteworthy. I think he does less proportional contact damage, or maybe not. I'm probably gonna die. Ah, we might as well use an E-Tank. Oh, it looks like you can damage him while he's drilling, which is actually a good change. I like that. I find it obnoxious how many iframes he has in the NES version. Yeah, I actually like that change. Drillman, not terribly different, though. Pretty much the same. Burrows underground, comes back up, walks around and shoots some drill bombs. And we ourselves get drill bomb for the taking. Yeah, definitely, I think this is probably the easiest of these 4 stages, so I would recommend doing drill first. Also a pretty manageable boss pattern. Alright, Dustman stage. This is probably the most infamous stage in the game, and for good reason. This stage is really long and also shockingly difficult. Just like very uncharacteristically difficult. Okay, it looks like our weapons do refill. That's quite nice. We're definitely going to take advantage of that. Already right out the gate with some pretty tricky jumps here. It will start to get a lot more hectic the later we get into the stage, but questionable design decisions, it's basically the motto for this stage. I'm really not sure why some of these rooms were set up the way they are. You also get Rush Jet from this stage, so you can't use it to help you with some of the more questionable sections that are implemented. Just all around not very good choices being made here, in my opinion. Oh, okay, yeah, awesome. I love falling onto an enemy that's, you know, how would I have known that's there? At least it gets stuck. Yeah, that jumping will never hit you unless you hit it on the way down like I do, because you'll be able to anticipate it. Okay, awesome. Wow, these things feel like they have way more health in this game than in Mega Man 4. Oh, this is the dancing variety. Okay. Tricky spike jumps here. Again, not the worst that it gets. There's a lot of really annoying setups here with shield attackers kind of blindsiding you, Mets, etc. There's the Crusher segment, which is pretty manageable. But the stage already feels pretty long. We've been here for a few minutes already, and it shows no signs of really stopping. At the very least, I feel like the crushers are... You're not as susceptible to getting, like, kind of clipped into them as with 4. At least, well, you know, I would still watch your distance, but generally not a problem. They're pretty glitchy in 4 if you slide between the dust blocks. You can get some kind of funny-looking stuff going. I think this is where it starts to get complicated. Oh, no. Okay, it's over. Yeah, that's not bad. Oh, boy. Okay, yeah, I knew... the checkpoint is before the Crusher segment, isn't it? Well, guess who game overed and had to replay that over again? This stage is really, just really brutal. Okay, I'm honestly surprised I didn't die there. It's, the stage is definitely dragging. Let's get some more Drill Bomb. Drill Bomb is actually really good at taking out the kind of big enemies in this game. Jump Big, the, what, Donchapan or whatever that thing is called, is also weak to it. Awesome, really awesome. Alright, well this stage is already testing my patience. Let's definitely pick up this life and see if we can reduce the amount of run-throughs, because I am not trying to play this again if I can avoid it. Why did that go down? obnoxiously low ceilings. Yeah, Drill Bomb is really effective at taking those things out. That I definitely appreciate. Oh, God damn it. Get out of my way. Okay, so this is probably one of the meanest tricks I've ever seen. This is probably the most Kaizo-like thing I've ever seen in an official Mega Man game, but you have to jump, position, rush like this. Okay, and you still... Why did they do this? Rush Jet... Oh, and you have to go all the way back. Awesome. Okay, wait. Wow. Alright, let's try this bullshit again. Maybe not far enough. Nope. Okay, there we go. And after that jump, you still have to do this awkward little motion to get up here. I really just have no idea why anybody thought this was a smart idea. Oh, no, we're not doing that. Oh, okay, awesome. Like, if you get stuck in this pit without any... Wait, what? Oh, okay, I was about to say, if I can't get out of the pit with Coil, I'm actually going to be royally pissed off. Yeah, so this stage has been going on for, like, several minutes already, and it just keeps dragging. Whoa. We need Drill Bomb for the boss, so let's try and preserve that. Does Spark Shock work correctly in this game? Oh, okay, it actually does. I always forget whether they fixed it or not, but I'm glad that's changed at least. I still don't find it to be particularly useful in this game overall. Yeah, not a utility I focus, or not a weapon I focus much on overall. It's a pretty decent set between the 3 and 4 weapons available, so you don't really need it. Okay, well, that's the end of it. Pretty lengthy stage. Honestly, definitely overstays its welcome in my opinion. The Crusher segment at least isn't too bad, but everything else just kind of overstays. Dustman isn't anything special. He's weak to Drill Bomb in this game, or is supposed to be. It looks like it's only doing 2 damage, which is odd. Let's please not die here. Come on. Please die. Okay, thank you. Yeah, that's Dustman stage. Pretty infamous. And we get Dust Crusher for our efforts. Definitely a half-decent prize. Rush Jet as well, which I believe is the Mega Man 4 version, so not no vertical, no free control. Skullman stage is pretty visually interesting in this game. It'll become more evident later, but I actually really like the aesthetic choices made here. I don't know if I would wager to say it looks better than the NES version, but it's different, and I do appreciate the intrigue added by the different appearance. Come on. Those enemies piss me off. Yeah, these are probably immune to everything. As for this stage, it's relatively faithful. Up until the last segment, it's pretty similar to the NES version. Maybe a little harder on average. I feel like I am getting my ass handed to me a little bit by these enemies, but it's pretty similar to the Skullman stage you know and love. Okay, I really like how those bats expand and just kill you. I could be smarter too. Interesting quirk that just killed me on the previous screen is that the spikes in this game, I think this actually goes for all the Mega Man Game Boy titles, but for some reason the spikes you see at the bottom, like on the left, they're only half a tile tall, despite visually going up full tile. So I couldn't jump back onto one of the platforms after falling down, which is really stupid. That feels really bad to die that way. Just a really kind of dumb design decision overall. I don't know why that is that way. There's surely a way they could have had it be a full tile, unless there is some programming-related explanation that I'm not aware of. But, not sure. Whoa. Okay, this is kind of dicey. There's a lot of these, like, very scary jumps in these stages. What's the best way to get this? Probably coil on this side. Yeah, there we go. Alright. And I still hit my head on that bat somehow. I keep trying to fire Shadow Blade and every time just end up walking forward by accident. Oh. Empty screen, identical to the Eddie one, I think? Worm? Interestingly enough, I noticed that Shadow Blade pierces through certain projectiles, but not all of them. It goes through the balls shot by the cannons that appeared earlier in this stage, but it doesn't seem to pierce through regular enemies. Okay, if I had $1 for every time I got hit by a shield attacker in that exact way in this game, I'd be having quite a lot of money right now. I just keep getting hit by stuff, damn. Yeah, the stage design in this latter half of the game is definitely a little player unfriendly. I mean, it's a healthy amount of challenge, but sometimes you just get hit by stuff that you can hardly see coming, and it's a mildly frustrating experience. Also, yeah, definitely, there's a lot of these drill bomb walls, so definitely drill first, I think. Okay. I can't tell if these things are just infinitely spawning, or more just boring forced utility usage. Yeah, I think these things are just infinitely spawning. Okay. No. Yeah, a lot of weird forced utility stuff here. I'm glad I thought to go to the left here. So this is the part of the stage that I think is really visually appealing, actually. It's this part with the glowing bones in the background. I think this is really cool. I think that some of these graphics were used in the Rockman 4 Minus Infinity version of this stage, of Skullman stage, and I think they fit really well. I wish like a kind of cave-looking area like this was in the original. I think it's super neat, and I very much like it. Okay, that was pretty, pretty scary jump, but we made it. A little nerve-wracking. A good amount of challenge in this stage. A couple of dumb moments with enemies, but overall, I would call it a healthy amount of challenge. Skullman is about the same as he is. It's interesting that he put up his barrier first. I'm also not sure if he just watches you if you don't fire at him. I'd be curious to know if that's the case. And for our troubles, we get Skull Barrier and nothing else. I don't think this game has Rush Marine, come to think of it. Alright, judging by the video length, it's probably best if I cut here. I think there will be a third and final part, and that should wrap it up pretty nicely. Should be around the same length of time, some 19-20 minutes. Thank you all for watching. This is Xeno, signing off. Bye-bye.